All Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Glad you're with us. I'm Wes Moore. It is More Sports, and we have a fun night tonight. I'm excited about tonight, just like I am every show, but tonight's going to be really cool. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to take a look at the high school football rankings for this week. We'll take a look at each classification and then, of course, the overall top 10. But we're going to talk some also. Happy to bring in former Razorback wide receiver Drew Morgan. He joins us on More Sports. Drew, what's going on, man? How are you doing?
Hey, Wes. Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
That's right up your alley. We can talk a little high school sports. We can also talk some Razorback football, and it's perfect for you.
Yeah. Hey, anytime I get a chance to spread some knowledge, let's go, man. I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's start about Ole Miss. What do you think about this Razorback offense with what Petrino and Taylon Green are doing right now?
I mean, ultimately, right now, I just say they're competitors, right? They want to win. You can see it. It's not. There's a difference between wanting and needing. Yes, we all need to win, but when you want something more, it seems to be there. You can see it. I know we fell short at the end, but guys, we're learning. We're learning. It's really just a chip shot, right? I know the last fumble. Hey, guess what, man? I don't know the kid personally, but I feel for you. I fumbled before. The best thing I can say is next play, next play, next play. That's all I got.
That's the tough thing for Ole Miss. There wasn't a next play for the offense. Unfortunately, they didn't get back on the
Right.
field. But that next play is against Memphis on Saturday. And
Yeah.
what's it like? You know, you've had tough losses over the years. What's that next week like for a team?
Yeah, I think ultimately you have to start after the loss, like instantly. Like when you get back in the locker room, I had a 24-hour rule that I learned from Rick Jones at Greenwood, and Chris Young still has it implemented. It's very simple. 24-hour rules, you learn it, right? You watch the film, you break it down, but that next day when you get in that locker room, have a smile on your face. Thank God that you're there. Thank God you got the opportunity and go back to work. Put your chin down. Don't listen to the media. Just do what you're supposed to do. Don't be Superman. Just be you. Like me, I was just being Drew Morgan. And then when you get back to it, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's the same thing, right? You might tweak some things from what you learned, but say it was a win. You enjoy it. You have fun. You come back to work the next day and you're humbled a little bit because you thought you played perfect, but you didn't. And that's really ultimately it. It's a job. So take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. But that's what it's like, man. You have to embrace that loss, and turn it into a learning opportunity.
When you're involved in one of those offensive shootouts,
Mm.
what's that like? You're on the sideline. You know when you get the ball back, probably going to have to score. Got to keep up. What are those games like?
Well, you're gassed. I'll tell you that. You're absolutely gassed. And there's no right way or wrong way of saying it, right? No matter, I mean, I think I can count on two hands how many overtime games that I had played in with our team. And I would say by like the second or third overtime game, we were like, okay, we're good. We've got this. But you're never really expected to do that, especially in those four quarters when it's 38-38. You know what I mean? Like it's a shootout. But ultimately, I mean, it's like, hey, you throw the first punch, we're going to throw the second. You throw the third, we're going to throw the fourth. And it really ultimately comes down to turnovers, right? And we saw that. You know, I think it was the turnover battle was 1-0 or something like that, and that's the only thing that mattered at that point in time.
From an offensive perspective, what did you see in that, specifically the first half with the Razorback defense and some of the glaring mistakes that were made?
Yeah, yeah. Ultimately, I think it was just spotty, right? As a defense, it's hard, right? I didn't play defense, but I have a younger brother who did and was really good at it. And film breakdown, the study. But when you're at the beginning, we call it the four-quarter season. If you're in your first quarter of the season, the film that you have is not everything in the playbook. You try to go back multiple years to see coordinators' habits and tendencies, but ultimately, a lot of these plays that Arkansas saw was probably some new nuances or wrinkles that they threw in to give them a little hint that they're going this way and they come back that way. So a lot of it's new. But the cool thing about it is what you saw here, you're not gonna see it again. Put it in the past, remember it. So if another team does it, you can see that growth from this week to next week. But it was spotty, but I mean, give them time. They'll figure it out.
How do you feel about the future for this offense? How far can this offense go if they can continue to improve?
I think the sky's the limit. Okay. I think the only thing that's standing in their way is them. And if the defense can handle the offense, if they can slow the opposing team down, right? Or maybe just have a stop or two, turnover. And then the special teams. I think it takes all three phases. I mean, it's hard to single out one because I've been in games where special teams wins it. I've been in games where the offense is absolutely trash and defense wins it. And then games where it's like, okay, we're in the fourth overtime with Auburn, and our offense has to go out there and continue to score. So it's three phases of the game, man. And Wes, you know it, you've seen it more than I have, but if they take care of their business, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
How do you feel about the team going into Memphis this week?
I mean, I feel good. I think this loss meant some. I mean, ultimately, Arkansas, you look back at the past 10 times, it's 5-5. I know when we played, it was very homey, very just welcoming to Ole Miss. It's a fun place to look around and ultimately just have a good time. And so there was no pressure when we played. And it looks like from the offense's perspective, they felt pretty easy at home too. And that's what it's going to be at Ole Miss. Now, I will say if it was played at Arkansas, I think Ole Miss has a little, they're shaky. I'll say that. They're shaky. Who's not at Arkansas? And the fans and everybody go crazy. But the points on the board are what matter. And if we don't win, that's the ultimate, right, decision factor. So next week, this Saturday, score more points ultimately, or hold them one more time. I mean, that's what I would say. Hey, we got to score more points in the huddle, or hey, defense, let's get a stop, turnover, something. Bring some juice. Play the next play.
Are you excited yet about Notre Dame?
I hadn't even looked past today.
Oh, you sound like a player or a coach.
We gotta get past practice today, not just survive. We've got to thrive in practice today, tomorrow, walk through trips, all that stuff, and we got to handle Memphis first. But I couldn't even spell Notre Dame if I was on the team right now. If I was on the team right now and they say we got Notre Dame in 2 weeks, I couldn't spell it because I'm learning how to spell Memphis.
You're a fan now. Come on, Drew. You know how cool that's going to be in a couple of Saturdays?
I'll be there. I'll be there.
I think the whole state is trying to be there for that game. I don't know if you can get a ticket, but there are a lot of people trying to get tickets for that game.
I mean, hey, as an alumni, guys, anybody watching this, I still have to purchase tickets. Not even, there's discounts and stuff, but it might be $2. I mean, there's things I still have to do just like everybody else.
Catch us up. What are you doing these days?
Yeah, so I got into the employee benefits space in the people business. I'm a consultant with Brown & Brown. We are a large brokerage based out of Florida, and we've got a local office up here in Springdale, Arkansas. We service, place, and manage over 40 something $billion in premiums. I mean, we've got a lot of tools in our tool belt, and the platform that I need to impact families and teams, employers, and basically steer them in the right path to controlling their healthcare costs. And it's cool because we were talking about this earlier. A lot of the kids that I had coached previously, there was some times where they said I wasn't able to go to the doctor. I wasn't able to seek access to care. And that kind of hurt me because, it's not them. They don't have the choice to do that, but their parents do. And if I can impact them through their employer and help them seek that care, whether it's in a rural area or a big city or somewhere in a farm, it doesn't matter. They need a telehealth or teledoc or something like that. I seek to continue to grow the access to care in Arkansas and the Southeast region.
You seem very happy.
I am, man. I am. I get time with my kids. My priorities have always been God, my faith, my family, and then really everything else. Because, I have a small friend circle. I think it consists of my family. And if you consider my friend, then you know we don't go out very much because I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So I'm in bed by about 8:30 every night.
That's the good old days. You're going to blink and they're going to be gone. You'll know how many people told me that, and I just shrugged it off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to get through these stages of 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and now I got a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, and I promise you, Drew, I just blinked and it was gone.
Oh man. Well, I'm trying not to. That's why I decided that it was best that I focused on my family after coaching for 7, 8 years. You know, I wanted to be present. I wanted to, and there are coaches out there that make that a priority. I do, but I would say majority of them don't. Majority of them don't prioritize that. And from one former coach that wasn't burnout, but it was just priorities. There's other people that care. So take that in consideration. I've seen some college coaches do that where it's like, hey, at 5, practice is done. Go watch film at the house. Come back with your notes in the morning. Get there at 4:30. Let's go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, yeah, find a different way. But
I'm about to talk high school football rankings. Who's the best team in 6A?
is that a trick question?
Well, not really. I figured you'd spout it out pretty quickly.
I'm not jinxing anybody. You know me by now.
Hey, man, this has been fun. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I'll hit you up down the road a couple of weeks, and we'll talk some more. Maybe after the Notre Dame game.
Hey, that'll be a good one, especially when we win. So,
Yeah, that's what I like to hear right
speak it
there.
into existence.
Yes, make it
Thanks,
happen.
Wes.
Thank you. Take care. It's Drew Morgan joining us on More Sports. Fantastic. Love catching up with him. Well, I promised it. I said we'll take a look at some high school football rankings. This week's new poll is out. I'll share that screen with you so you can take a look with it at the rankings as I do. We'll head over to Fearless Friday. They do a good job of posting those rankings. Here we go. We'll start at 7A. And once again, Bryant's number one. They're going to remain number one, especially after the thumping they put on Parkview last week. Got to talk with Bobby Bolding, Parkview's head coach today, and he was on Out of Bounds with us on 103.7 The Buzz. And he called them monsters. He said they're monsters. They were up 42-0 at the half and put the mercy rule in effect. And Bryant rolls. They stay number one. Bentonville is number two. Fayetteville Purple Dogs at number three. Rogers stays at number four. Conway there at number five. And look at Bentonville West. I'll tell you what, that 7A West this year is looking really good. When you look at Bentonville, Fayetteville, Rogers, Bentonville West, Harbor looked good last week too. The 7A West is going to be a dogfight, but those are your top five. I agree with everything. I would put, and I did put Conway at 4 ahead of Rogers. I'm not going to penalize Conway for that loss at Bentonville in the beginning of the season. But those are your 7A, 6A. Number one's Greenwood. I can't believe Drew didn't want to jump on that, but Greenwood, number one. Shiloh Christian, number two. They got a matchup later this year. Benton is 3. Benton had the victory over North Little Rock. That game was called at the half after a parent for Benton was shot, grazed by a bullet, hit by a bullet. Shouldn't say grazed. It was hit by a bullet that they believe now was fired from outside the stadium and wasn't even aiming at anyone in the stadium. Just a terrible accident. Mountain Home is number 4. Southside into the rankings at number 5 this week, and they went to Central this past week and put a whipping on the Tigers. Marion right outside the top five. Top five. Keep an eye on them. And who'd have thought? Sylvan Hills getting a couple of votes. They are 3-0 after losing 20 straight games. Mark Kelly has the Bears playing really good football. Let's go down to 5A, and we got a new number one team. Joe T. Robinson takes over the top spot. Parkview lost at Bryant, and I would say I disagree. I think Parkview should still be number one. You lose to the number one team in the state at their place, larger classification, 5A versus 7A. I'm not penalizing Parkview for that. And look, all credit in the world to Joe T. Robinson. They went on the road and knocked off Lakeside. That was a top 5 matchup. It was a great win for Joe T. Robinson. But I still have Parkview number one, Joe T. number 2. Morrilton, they're actually tied for second. And then you have Farmington and Hot Springs Lakeside tied for fourth. Keep an eye on Greenbrier. We had Enoch Asan on the show earlier this week. He was the Moore Sports High School Football Player of the Week. Rushed for over 300 yards for the second time this season. Searcy, also a good team. They're sitting there at 3-0, getting votes outside the top five. 4A, Arkadelphia number one. No changes here in 4A. Arkadelphia, Dardanelle, Mills, Bates, Southside. I would probably put Southside ahead of Mills just because of the slow start the Comets have been getting off to. Now, they've won their games, and they have a game against Blytheville Friday night. But I want to see Mills play 4 quarters because you'll have to do that in the playoffs. Southside at 4, and Elkins at number 5. They were defeated by Dardanelle earlier this season at Dardanelle, but the Elks still deserve to be ranked, and they are at number 5. Number 3, Salem, number 1. Almost unanimous pick for number 1. Fordyce, Red Bugs at 2. Charleston at 3. They had a nice win over the weekend. Mansfield there at 4. And they got a tie, 3-way tie for 5th. Smackover, Rivercrest, Boonville. Smackover had the win over Junction City. And that got Smackover some attention and got them into the rankings. In 2A, you see Junction City moves up to number 1. EPC, East Poinsett County, falls to number 2. Carlisle, number 3. Des Arc is moved up to number 4. And Mount Ida drops from 4 to 5. Des Arc, Carlisle, that is your 2A game of the week. They're playing at Carlisle, 2 top 5 teams. That will be fantastic. Not a conference game, but still a rivalry game. Not far between those two towns. Anytime Carlisle, Des Arc, Hazen, those 3 teams, whenever the 2 of them play, that's going to be a big game. And both of them ranked in the top 5. Your overall top 10, Bryant, Bentonville, Fayetteville, Greenwood's number 4, Rogers 5, Conway 6. Not much in 7. Benton moves up to a tie with Shiloh at 7. And then you got Bentonville West at 9. Joe T. Robinson at number 10. That is your top 10 for your football media poll. That is brings us to this Friday night, and it's going to be a good Friday night. The Parkview Benton game, one of your marquee attractions. Like I said, Des Arc and Carlisle, that's a good one. Blytheville's going to Mills. DeWitt, McGee, that's a sneaky good game. Valonia, BB. Hearing a lot of good things about BB and Valonia with Coach Ashcraft trying to get on track. Catholics going to North Little Rock. That's been a fun rivalry game across North Little Rock for a while now. That'll be another good game. And we got Southwest coming to, or Southside, I should say, Southside coming to Southwest Friday night. So that's another game in the Little Rock area. If you're trying to get out and about and want to watch some games, that's a little glimpse at the schedule. Not a huge schedule this week. A lot of teams are taking their bye week this week. And so it's a lot smaller number of games that we have to talk about on Friday night. That's going to do it for tonight. That was a lot of fun. Good to catch up with Drew Morgan. Good to talk a little high school football rankings coming up tomorrow night. Braylon Mitchell is going to join us, former Razorback linebacker. We'll get his thoughts on what he's seen out of the defense. We've talked with a couple of offensive guys. We're going to hear from a defensive guy tomorrow night. I know just from talking to him, he wasn't very happy with some of the things that he's seen and going back and re-watching it. So that'll be a good conversation tomorrow night with Braylon Mitchell, so be sure to join us then. That's going to do it for tonight, but be back here tomorrow night for more sports.
All Arkansas, all sports.